Young, Tipsy, and Black.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Young, Tipsy, and Black podcast, a podcast combining two of my favorite things, wine/spirits and music. My name is Torrance, and we back, y'all. Back like we never left, okay? Look out for these episodes every Tuesday. This video and audio, if you want to listen on like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all those good things, I'm there. You're gonna find me there. Let's just dive in it, right? Let's figure out what's in my cup. So today we'll be drinking a Pinot Grigio. All right, and fun fact about Pinot Grigios that I learned is that you may see a Pinot Grigio, but then you will also see a Pinot Gris, like Gris. And the only difference between those two is where it's produced. So Pinot Grigio is produced in Italy, while a Pinot Gris is in France. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm learning, and we gonna learn. Love this. My favorite thing. So when you think of Pinot Grigio, it's a lighter white wine, right? Typically higher in acidity, right? When we talk about acidity, like the lemon, when you eat a lemon and how your mouth waters because it's like a little sour. It's not really sour, but it just gives that same mouth watering effect when it comes to when we talk about acidity in wines like that. And I have to read the back of the bottle. This is a Mezzacarona. This Mezzacarona. Go ahead and take a look at her. Take a look at her Pinot Grigio from Italy. Learned something new, didn't we? And this is kind of a small description on what it's supposed to taste like. This delightful Pinot Grigio is known for its aromatic, crisp green apple, mineral, and honeysuckle notes. Okay, so I'm excited. Y'all remember back in the day when you found a honeysuckle tree and you go on there and you put it, yeah. So I'm excited to see if it gives what it's supposed to give. Also learned that Pinot Grigio is supposed to be between 45 and 55 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's not supposed to be super, super cold. I ain't got no thermometer to really say, this is the right temperature right now. I ain't got all that. But what I did was I just took it out the fridge for a bit, let it sit for like 20, 30 minutes and let it come down, because apparently if it's too cold, it's going to overpower the flavor and the depth of flavor that you're supposed to taste, because it's just so cold. So it's kind of like masking it. So I'm excited. Let's get this thing going, y'all. Little ASMR moment. Love it. Love it. Need it. And shout out to my girl Ramona, who can't go anywhere without her Pinot Grigio. Mother brings it everywhere. If you know, you know. And let's give her a shot. Yeah. It's giving everything that I expected it to give. Like they said, acidity. My mouth started to water immediately as I was drinking it. It's light. It's not too dry. It's not too sweet. It really is that middle ground. This is a good, solid, classic, it's a good white wine. This is a good one. Very floral. I'm trying to see if I'm trying to get that good, green apple taste or something. Yeah, this is good. It's a good white wine. I don't know. It's crisp. It's light. It's good. I could drink this whole bottle and be like, oh, I'm fine. The whole time, I just drank the bottle. So here we are, But what I'm going to pair this with, and I love that it is kind of, just as they described it to be, because sometimes some of these brands don't be doing what they need to do. But I like this Mezzacarona. Mezzacarona, you did a good one. And again, this one in particular, I got from the Trader Joe's, okay? Trader Joe's be coming through with what they need to come through with, okay? So she don't really be steering me too wrong. But I'm pairing this with an album from this artist. His name is Dijon. The album is called Absolutely. Now, many of y'all don't know who that is. But he is a an artist from Baltimore. I found him through my producer Andy. He was like, oh yo, like here's an artist that I like and whatever, that's we share music that we enjoy. Came across him. I was like, oh, he's dope as hell. The project absolutely came out in 2021, and the most popular song on there is called The Dress, and it's a good song. It's really like really vibey, really chill, really just again a light song. It's a light album. Like there are some deeper tone, like themes in there lyrically and everything, but most of it involves just like an up-tempo, more enjoyable type of I don't know, just a more enjoyable vibe. Like you can listen to it. Couple songs on there. Annie, I really love. God and Wilson is another one that I really enjoy. Like I don't know, like the deeper ones like Rodeo Clown. Yeah, that one is a little deeper, but most of them are just super chill, very light, very fun to listen to. It's a light and easy listen album. So if you have not heard of this artist, if you want to listen to, get in touch with a new artist and some new music, check out Dijon. He's also like from Baltimore, like born in Germany, but went to high school in Baltimore, college in Baltimore. That meant he from Baltimore. He rep Baltimore, so we rep him. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, go ahead and give him a listen. Really great music, really dope artist. Yeah, and this just gives me that. This gives me light and easy drink, light and easy listen. I don't know. They come together for me. I don't know. Works perfectly. Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump to the Tipsy Tea part of the Young Tipsy and Black podcast. All right, now we're here for this Tipsy Tea. All right, let's just dive into it. All things music. So Ariana Grande just released her album. It was very on brand. It was a solid album. It's a solid project that I expected to get from Ariana Grande. There was, I did expect a little bit more like up-tempo music on this project, but I'm a ballad. I love a ballad. You feel me? So for me, I wasn't disappointed. I enjoyed it. It was well produced. She's very pop. That's a pop girl. She's there for the pop girlies, and the pop girlies love her, and I enjoy her music for that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know my vibe. It ain't always poppy, but I enjoy Ariana Grande, and especially now that I can understand what she's saying out her mouth. Because, that's another mush mouth. So at one point I was like, I don't know what she's telling us to do. I don't know what she's trying to get me to sing. And that's a problem for me. Why can't I understand what you want me to do and how you want me to come across? I don't know what you want me to say to the people. That's a problem. So I enjoyed Eternal Sunshine. Really good album. Solid album. Like it was just, yeah, like, it's Ariana. Like she's not really gonna miss in today's economy. She's not gonna miss in today's society. She's not gonna miss. So, I enjoyed the listen that I gave it. I will revisit it again. Because it was solid. It was just, Ariana. It was cool. Another album that came out recently, not as recent as Ariana Grande's did, but one that I think that it deserved me to talk about. It deserved more listens for me to get the words correctly, right? I want to get my words right when I talk about this album. This is Jade Novah's Where Have I Been? And Jade Novah, she's an artist that I got hip to back in 2016 through one of her songs called Bird Song. And it's like this song about like being free and unafraid and just going for your stuff and like just fighting and just going for your shit. And it was right before I decided to move to LA. So it was one of those songs that was at the top of that playlist that I had to listen to as I was gearing up to get over here, because it was about being unafraid. It was about going for those things, like just being free like a bird, whatever. So I've been a fan since 2016, really waiting for, more music from her. She did come out with a previous album, but this particular one, Where Have I Been? Because this thing right here, it was a moment in time. Now, it is meant to be listened to from top to bottom. It tells a story, like a real story, right? Got little skits in between. I love a concept. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I love something that takes you through a journey of what it is. And so she talks about her journey of understanding love, but then also understanding herself and how she couldn't truly understand what love was. And how she played a part in like bad relationships that she experienced because of the traumas that she experienced growing up and not dealing with it, and being brave enough to confront those and deal with that so that she could be a better person, so that for herself, so that she then can show up in relationships better. Oh my God. Insane, right? Like, even if you can't relate to every single song that's on that project, you can relate to the journey of self-discovery. I hope, right? I hope that some of y'all are out there trying to figure out who you are, okay? If you're not, I don't know what you're waiting on, okay? Because if you want your partner to figure you out so you don't have, that's why y'all got problems. But I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna shut up and mind my business. The project was a raw, vulnerable project, right? Like, one of the things that she talks about is not being told I love you by her father growing up, right? And I know that is something that a lot of people go through, that people just don't unpack in their lives. Like, not hearing I love you, but then you hear I love you outside. And so you're like, I need I love yous. I need more I love yous from more people, because I never heard it out there, at home. So I need to hear it somewhere. And so when people tell you I love you, that clouds your vision of things that you wouldn't usually be clouded by, right? Things you wouldn't ignore. That is something, right? And then talks about how unpacking that, confronting her father, being like, why ain't you never tell me you love me, right? Like, and him saying, I never heard it growing up myself. So it's that it brings up generational traumas that have impacted her life in a way. And as a child, you just know what you don't have, right? You understand? Like, you understand what you don't have, but you don't understand what your parents didn't have that contributed to where you are now. That generational trauma that, like, is a thread, right? And eventually that shit got to be snapped so that the next generation isn't experiencing what you experience, for a better, hopefully a better upbringing, for your children or whatever. So they hear it and they understand it. So they're not out seeking validation from other people and other experiences. It was just all around like a bomb ass album. Like, one of, in that particular theme of that, like, maybe it's me. And that's one of the tracks that like reflects on like, oh, maybe it was me in these relationships, and maybe I did play a big part in why these relationships did not work out, right? Like, I know I'm doing my work, right? I'm doing these things. I'm trying to get to know me better, but it's the scary things that you don't really necessarily go to all the time. The difficult things, right? The things you don't know are holding you back until it pops up and you're like, like, what the hell? So, I don't know. It's just such a vulnerable, real ass album. And I wanted to spend a lot of time on it because I was going to talk about it last week, but I was like, no, you're not ready to do that because you haven't given it enough time and enough listens to really dissect all the different themes that it plays in here. So if you are looking for an album that makes you think, that is intriguing, that challenges you in a way that you didn't expect an album to challenge you. Yeah, Where Have I Been by Jade Novah. It's great. Pretty great. It's about showing up for yourself. What else is it? Trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. Again, holding people accountable for when they fell short in your life and being like, I understand that that's not something that you got, but I needed that. Right? And that's something that I need to change. Our relationship needs to change, and we need to heal. We all need to heal together. So I don't know, y'all. It was just so damn good. I had more things to talk about, but I think I don't have anything else to talk about because the album was just that damn good. So Jade Novah, Miss Mamas, okay, girl, you did your one with this one. You did your good one. You did your good one with this one. It reminds me of just like, again, I love a story. Oh, I love storytelling through music, right? Like it's one of my favorite things in general. Like I just, and you had Tabitha Brown on there, right? Speaking to you, and that voice alone, right? That's that soothing voice. That'll hold you. That'll hold you tight. Hold you close and hold you tight. Then you got Wayne Brady on here, Leslie Odom Jr. Oh my God, my Jesus. Okay, so a voice that is to me one of the greatest, one of my favorite voices. I can't speak to who think what is the greatest, but one of my favorite voices to ever exist on this planet. It is the cleanest voice, one of the purest sounding. I love his voice. So y'all's voices together, Jade Novah and Leslie Odom Jr.'s voices together to combine. It was so amazing. The album was great. It was great sonically. It was great lyrically. It was great conceptually. It was great all around. 10s across the damn board. 10s across the goddamn board. Okay? It was fantastic. So if you want a new album, if you're looking for something to sort of dive into, an artist that you may not even know, you may not have never heard of Jade Novah, and that's okay. You're heard of her now. Go and get into her. Get into a good project. Get into a good album, okay? Get into something that'll make you think, that'll make you feel, that'll make you that hopefully will make you reevaluate where you at, right? Because you could be at any step of this journey that she's describing, because it's all a big journey. Loved it, top to bottom, fantastic. So I think that just wraps up Tipsy Tea. Honestly, at this point, I mean, what else I'm gonna say besides it was great. Let's get back to the show. All right, y'all. We are back. We are back and seated. Ready to jump to the next part, which is to sip responsibly. And this story, a very interesting story. Let's just read the story and get into it. So during college, me and a few friends went out drinking at a college bar. It started slow with a few beers, some drinks, eventually escalating to someone, probably me, deciding that we were going to do shots of tequila. Baby, that's me all the time. That's me all the time. I'm always like, ooh, how can we take this up? How can we do this? Tequila. Sorry, let me I got a little distracted. Let me get back to the story. The next thing I know, I wake up in some girl's apartment, socks and underwear nowhere to be seen. After about 10 minutes of stealthily trying to find my underwear, I decided to go to commando in my jeans and sneak out. What a rough life. Turns out I was in a city about 70 kilometers north of the city I live in. Oh, okay. And just for those who are in miles forms, that's about 45 miles away. Okay. So not necessarily around the corner. What I mean. Apparently we met some girls going to college in that town and decided that it was a great idea to do the 1-hour train ride there to do an impromptu field trip. When my friends left, I was locked in a bathroom with the girl whose apartment I woke up in. So they decided to leave me. If you take away anything from this story, it should be that riding the train for an hour while going commando in jeans is not a great idea. I don't know about y'all. There are a lot of things that you should take away from this story. One thing, plenty things, right? Yeah, that's painful. Don't do that. I mean, you grown, so you can do what you got to do, but the chafing, unacceptable. That's not even what I'm concerned about, to be honest. Because if we're talking like going to if we're talking about going to somebody's house that we decide to take a mission to go there, a mission, I don't know if you should leave me there for an hour. I don't know. Maybe personally, I'd be like, yo, you sure? Like, because to wake up and not know where your people's is at is kind of crazy to me, right? Like, oh, I don't know. I don't, depending on how many people you came with. So let's just start from the top, okay? You already out drinking, having a good time. It does not get better when you add more tequila at the end, okay? You've already had a few drinks. You've already had a few beers. When you add tequila at the end, get ready for hell. Get ready for a hellish experience. Get ready for crazy. Get ready for the night to be whatever it is. Because like he said, I probably said it. He probably said, let's do the tequila shots. So now we're in a circumstance where the tequila has taken us to the next thing. Because next thing you know, he woke up in somebody's room. Almost 50 miles away from home. That's crazy. That's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, all right, fine. You go with some friends out that way, whatever. Don't know how many people, he didn't specify. But you go out there with that many people, I'm assuming it's at least more than one other person. And ain't nobody was like, all right, well, I don't know. Personally, I just feel like if you don't know these people, you don't know where you at, like waking up being like, all right, well, you were drunk getting there. You know what I'm saying? How you getting back is probably going to be crazy. I don't know. It sounds very shady to me. I wouldn't leave my friend like that. Personally, I wouldn't, right? Unless you were like of your own recognizance to be like, yeah, I'm good. I'll see y'all back over there. But when you tell me that the reason that y'all left me because I was in the bathroom, y'all just left me in the bathroom? But I guess you didn't want to interrupt. So I don't know. Personally, I would have been like, all right, well, let's chill out. Let's, I don't know, be close by in case you need any, I don't know. That's not my business. I'm not going to leave my friend in some place that's 50 miles away from where we live at because that's just not how I roll. Period. Right? You know what I'm saying? So you wake up, you ain't got no draws. You try to sneak away. All you got is you ain't got looking for your socks and your underwear. You ain't got them. You just throw on them jeans, and you were in an uncomfortable ride for 50 minutes going back home. I don't know, y'all. I would have been like, excuse me, ma'am, can you help me find my drawers? Cause I got to get up out of here. I don't know why. What you sneaking out of there for? You naughty did the deed. What you sneaking for? I don't know. Maybe because I'm older now. I ain't sneaking out. No, let's turn on the light. Someone turn on the light so I can find my drawers, okay? I need to find my things that I came here with. I don't want to leave nothing behind, okay? And I'm an adult now, so I buy good drawers. I don't buy bad drawers no more. These is good ones, okay? So I don't know. Me, I'd be like, hey, let's wake on up, okay? How we turn on your lights? I got to find all the shit I came here with. That's how I roll. So I don't know. Not a bad, I guess it's not the worst story. But it also teaches you to sip responsibly because then your friends just leave you because you in the bathroom getting your freak on. Crazy. But anyway, I think the biggest lesson, the biggest takeaway from this story, right? He said, if you take anything away, don't wear jeans. Go commando in your jeans. The biggest takeaway from this story for me is don't end your night on tequila shots. What are you doing? That's amateur movement, okay? That's the sip responsibly part that we're talking about. This is irresponsible sipping. We don't do that around here. We sip responsibly. We start with the tequila shots, end with the beer. You see what I'm saying? You end to coast through the night. You don't start with the tequila. You don't end with tequila. That's not a good idea. It's not, it ain't gonna work itself out. At any rate, thank y'all so much for listening. If y'all listened this far, I love you. If you didn't, I don't. No, I'm kidding. Stay tuned for more episodes coming up. I'm really, really excited for this. I'm going to try to bring in some special guests. I feel like some special guests should be coming up very soon. You know what I'm saying? I know you're tired of seeing just me. You need somebody else up in this hole. So I'm trying to do that. Visit some wine bars and some vineyards around LA and like in California, just in general. A lot of the places are going to be open. I mean, the sun is going to be out later, is basically what I'm saying. The sun is going to be more, so then I feel like I need to be outside more. That's really the problem that we're about to run into. So y'all finna see me outside a lot more, which I love, but also that's an issue. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time, adios.